Hey guys, it's Natalie with Created by Natalie, and I'm back with another $2 outlet thrift haul. I have missed y'all so much. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a week or two. I was on vacation and then, I came back and I started working and I haven't really had time to sit down and film, although I have had time to thrift. So this is a super cumulative haul, meaning that I sourced it at both the Goodwill outlet as well as the Family Thrift Center outlet. If you aren't familiar with the Goodwill outlet, it is pay by the pound, and here in Houston, each pound comes out to around $2.19. And then at the Family Thrift Center outlet, each item is around $2. So on average, these items cost me around $2 a piece. If you aren't familiar with my page, I am a part-time women's fashion reseller on apps like Poshmark and Instagram. And this haul is amazing. It has brands to be on the lookout for, vintage gems, and of course, style-based trendy pickups. So let's go ahead and get started with what all I found today. Let's start off with the shoes. I picked up a ton of shoes, which is surprising because shoes are notoriously hard to find at outlet stores, but found some gems. So first pair is these white strappy Birkenstocks. They are not in perfect condition, but they're pretty good. Like, I would categorize them as good condition, no major flaws, just like some toe prints, a little bit of wear on the white itself, and just a little bit of scuffing. You can tell that they've been worn, but they're still in good condition and have a lot of life left. They're a size 38, which is around like an 8 in US, but pretty great classic shoe. And Birkenstocks sell really well for me. They're kind of like a bread and butter brand, I would say. They don't sell that high, but they will always sell. So I don't hesitate picking them up as long as they're in good condition. So I found another pair. I personally like these better because they're black, and so they just hide wear a little bit, better. Like, you don't even notice the wear on the bottom because the bottom is black. And then black leather straps. These are a size 39, which is more like an 8, 8.5 instead of just like more like a lower 8. But a really nice classic pair. Love these so much. These are actually my size, so I'm real tempted to keep them. But I recently kept a pair of black Birkenstocks, so I'm gonna hold off and sell those. What's super unique about this haul is actually that I've already photographed most pieces in it and put them in my drafts on Poshmark. So in order to make this process a little bit easier and not have, as many DMs about items, I'm gonna try to post the pieces on Poshmark right as soon as I upload this video. So hopefully it works out, but if it doesn't, seriously, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram. At Curated by Natalie is my handle, and I would be happy to help find an item for you and, figure out selling it via, Instagram, PayPal, and all that jazz. And if you're interested in how reselling on Instagram works, you can always check out my video about reselling on Instagram. These are really fun. I don't know, I just saw them and I was like, wow, these are just so amazing. So I've heard some other resellers talking about these pleaser heels, and pleaser heels are basically like this huge platform here, and then of course a really high heel, but they don't feel as high because there's a platform in there, so it's not as unstable. And then these are also just so granny core. Like, how fun is this? So perfect for fall. These don't have a size, which made them a little bit tricky for picking up to resell. I may end up taking them to a buy-sell trade store, but I also stuck my foot inside it. I'm a solid 8, 8.5, and they're a smidge tight on me, which makes me think that they're a 7.5 or an 8. That's just my guesstimate, but I was also gonna use a flexible measuring tape to measure toe to back and then really gauge the size. But these are so cool. I'm sure a buy-sell trade store will buy them, or I'll try to list them with the funky measurements. Then I found these, which similar style idea in terms of the chunkiness, like platformness of these heels, but they're so groovy. Like, look at this. That's such a fun 70s retro print and then a really cool wooden heel. These do have a size, they're a size 9 and they are seriously like new, other than, you know, a little bit of like, maybe they were worn once. You know, they still have the plastic sticker on them. So really cool shoe. Next, I found these vintage leather lace-up booties. These are so perfect, and seriously, I don't think anybody wore these ever, but they smell like a grandma's attic. It's like not bad, it just smells like a vintage store. Like I can just tell like these were sitting in someone's closet, you know? These are a size 9, seriously perfect condition, genuine leather. Just a staple shoe. These look like the Christy Dawn booties. I don't know if you're into Christy Dawn, but if you are, you know, they have the Dawn booties and they look super similar to these. Then I picked up these clogs and I did not notice the flaw. You guys probably will right away. So one has the tassel and one does not. Otherwise, these are in perfect condition. And my solution to fix this is either just remove the tassels altogether because you really would never notice that they're there, or take one tassel, move it to one, and then they each have one tassel. I don't really know, but I don't really want to sell them as is because I feel like it looks kind of silly. So I just have to decide how I want to fix this problem. I don't know, but these are a really great brand to be on the lookout for. These are Bird of Flight wooden clogs. I believe they're sold at Anthropologie. They definitely have the vibes to, you know, be a brand that's at Anthropologie. But seriously, so cool. These retail at a whole lot of money and they resell at a decent amount too. I was so excited to have found them. They're super trendy. Clogs are really in, but I just didn't notice that flaw. Like how silly, but so cool. I really think that I would have picked them up even if I would have noticed that in the store because these are such a cool piece. These are size 8, by the way. Then I picked up these Western Mule heels. I don't know what you would call them, but they're so funky and cool. These are real leather and just so cool with the studding and the embellishment. Really fun and super soft and cushiony. These are a size 10. They're in almost perfect condition. Sometimes I get a little ambitious with shoes thinking that I can, you know, really get scuffs out, but I'm honestly not that talented with my shoe cleaning, so I need to stop being so ambitious. So these do have one scuff that's kind of noticeable, but otherwise they're in pretty perfect condition. So I'm excited. I just could not get that scuff out. I don't know. I really think like my Doc Martin Wonder Balsam can do so much more than it can, but you know, these are cool. Oof, I love these so much. These are some really cool fat baby boots. These are by Ariat, which is obviously a Western cowboy brand. These are a size 8 and these are just iconic chunky cowboy boots that are so on trend at the moment. I love them so much. They've got little hearts right here on the embroidery and just so sweet. Pretty perfect condition, especially the leather and the rubber. There is a bit of cracking on the inside. I really feel like this just happens as cowboy boots get older. It's really not noticeable when they're worn, but it will be accounted for in the price of the piece. How freaking cool are these? Go-Go boots. I love these so much. I was able to clean them up pretty good just with a Clorox wipe. They had like some dirt on them, almost like splatter marks. I think somebody probably wore these out for Halloween, but with, you know, a few Clorox wipes, I was able to clean them up pretty nice. I'm excited. These are also a size 8. I had a girl who saw me with them in the thrift store and she really wants them, so I got her Instagram handle. So I think that I might wear these a time or two, specifically with a certain 70s dress that I have from a long time ago. I just really want to do a try on with these boots and then I'll likely sell them to the girl that I met at the thrift store. But these are just so special. I had to take them home. I feel like they're just so iconic and cool. And they're pretty much my size. I am more of like an 8.5, hence why I won't for real keep them. But I definitely will have to stick my foot in to, you know, have some fun with them for a minute. Last shoe, which I don't even know if you would really call this just a shoe. These are some really awesome vintage rollerblades, and these are in amazing condition. So I've already done some work cleaning them up just with a Clorox wipe, and I already washed the laces. They were pretty discolored, but I just threw them in a bowl with some warm water and OxyClean, and I've gotten them pretty sparkly. These are super cool, just like perfect roller derby rollerblades. I looked these up on eBay and they're going for well over $100 for ones in similar condition. So really excited for this. If I can't get all the scuffs out, I'll likely list them for a little bit less than the ones on eBay, because those ones on eBay are like really white. But such a cool shoe. And I feel like a lot of people have gotten into rollerblading, you know, post-pandemic quarantine, you know, taking on new hobbies. So I think these will do really well, especially also with Christmas being right around the corner. I've noticed a lot more people are shopping secondhand, you know, searching for cool vintage pieces. So I'm hopeful that those will do really well. But that's all for the shoes. Now we've got the whole pile of clothes to dive into. This piece is by far my favorite piece of the haul. It's this vintage Penny Lane-esque leather jacket with a fur collar, fur cuffs, and even this amazing embroidery detailing right down here near the little snap closures, and then all along the hem, even continuing to the back. Like, this piece is just so cool, and just in such amazing condition. Like, there's no stains or flaws. It's just perfect. I'm so freaking excited about it. It's a size extra large. I feel like this is just the most iconic vintage jacket, and I've yet to ever find a piece this amazing at the thrift store. So I'm so excited about it. It does have one really small flaw. It's like this small discoloration right here, but other than that, simply perfect and amazing. So excited for it. Oh, it's just chef's kiss, an amazing find. And then I found this Pendleton Sherpa jacket. I love this piece so much. Sherpa is still really in this season, but this piece is just obviously so quality because Pendleton is just an amazing quality brand. This is a size large, and I love the little plaid detailing, you know, in the collar and right here on the front. It does have little side pockets too. Just a great staple jacket. Oh, I love this one too. I love every piece. This is such a fun, funky vintage jacket, and also so quality. I've really been focusing on picking up quality pieces that are just, you know, like embroidery instead of a print design. And this is just a prime example. Like, these daisies are embroidered on and have little bead detailing. I love the little checkering right down here, and this cuff right here is actually a stitch. So nice. It's a size 8, and I just think it's so cool. Like, it's a little bit grandma-y, but so is Love Shack Fancy, and that brand does amazing. I think this would be so cute with a pair of like white or black flares and like chunky platform docks. Like, a whole look right there. Then this is not vintage, but does have vintage vibes, I would say. This is a denim jumpsuit. I would say it's a jumpsuit instead of overalls because it's more fitted. Like, I feel like overalls are more of a loose piece. So this has a true waist belt that's adjustable and wide leg flares, and then little pockets at the front. And then in addition to, you know, having that belt, it also has a zip back and a little bit of like a stretchy spandexness. This is also brand new with tags. Such a cool piece, size large. I would love to see this on someone, you know, styled with like a turtleneck underneath. I think that would be such a look. I actually literally have overalls or a jumpsuit super similar to that one, and I layer it with a turtleneck all the time, so we could be twins if you snag it. Then I have this vintage denim corduroy, I would say chore coat, because it has these chore coat like pockets at the front. It is a true button front, which is cool. A lot of times corduroys are snap front, but I think button front is just kind of a cool different vibe. And then it is fleece flannel lined. And I say fleece flannel because it's like plaited like a flannel, but it feels like a fleece, you know? It's kind of like a combo. Really cool piece. It does not have a size, but just judging on the pit to pit measurements and everything, I feel like it's like a men's large or like a woman's extra large. Don't really know. It is vintage DKNY, but definitely check out the post with the measurements to confirm that it's the right fit for you. But such a cool piece, definitely perfect for this fall and winter. Okay, this is a really, really cool piece. I'm very into it and I've kind of thought about keeping it, but I'm like, if I'm showing it in the haul, I need to sell it. So I'm gonna try to part with it. It's this super cool vintage kimono. I love the print on it. It's so boho and fun. And it's also got these really cool strap detailings right here at the front with little beads on the end, and it's layered, which is awesome. It's just so quality. It's vintage Carol Little. This is what the tag looks like. I personally love finding vintage Carol Little pieces. They're always so fun and funky, and this piece is no exception for sure. It doesn't have a size. I feel like it's one of those vintage pieces that's like one size fits all, but not really one size fits all. It probably fits like up to like a modern XL, but of course confirm with pit to pit measures to make sure it would be a good fit for you. Okay, when I said that other piece was my favorite, I wasn't lying, because it definitely still is my favorite because it's so iconic and cool. But this is like really close runner-up because it's really awesome. So this is a vintage puffer vest, and it's not just a basic puffer. I don't know if you can see the little strawberries right here. Like, that detailing is just amazing and just so cool. It really reminds me of all my strawberry shortcake stuff when I was little. This is the vintage brand Frostline, and I've looked up all of their vintage pieces and they all sell really well on eBay and Poshmark, etc. But none match how cool this one is with the strawberries. Like, this is just next level. I think this is one of the coolest pieces for sure, and so perfect that I found it right now, you know, coming on to winter. So really excited to list that piece. That is a size small, by the way. Then we have this quilted jacket. It's pretty lightweight, not too thick, but a really cool quilted piece for sure. I love the little pockets in the front and then the little quilt button details here. This is a size extra large and it's the brand Orvis. I don't necessarily like go out of my way to find this brand, but it definitely is a quality brand, and I just love this quilted jacket. Quilted stuff is super in at the moment, you know, Free People selling a lot. So I think that this jacket is right up there with that kind of style. So I had to snag it. It's so cool. And quilted pieces have been doing really well for me on Instagram. So I'll likely be listing it on there as well as my Poshmark, just because I've drafted all my listings on there as well, just for ease of like post YouTube shopping. Okay, this is the one piece that is from a buy-sell trade store. So if you know me, you know, like, I have no problem shopping and thrifting all the time. So in order to offload some of my inventory, I regularly take pieces to buy-sell trade stores like Buffalo Exchange and, you know, get rid of excess items that I just don't have room to store in my apartment. And usually I go grocery shopping, I go to Trader Joe's like when they're going through my stuff. But sometimes I stick around and look at what all they have, and then I end up shopping and buying a couple things for myself. And this is one of those pieces. I wanted to show it in the haul because I'm showing all my recent pickups. And this is so freaking cool. It's a vintage leather fringe jacket. It's just amazing, and I do think that this is a piece I'm going to keep for myself at least for a little while. It is a size large, but it's a vintage large, so I feel like it fits more like a modern medium, and it does have a couple flaws, but it's just so cool. I couldn't leave it behind. There's like a pen mark right there, but I'm gonna rock her for a minute, but I had to show y'all because she's cool. If you ever see one, definitely pick it up because those like sell for a good amount too, but you know, I can't let that one go. So this is just a classic vintage denim jacket by Levi's, or at least that's what it looks like. And then check out the back. Look at this. It's embroidered on and it just says, "Let that shit go." Like, how freaking cool. That's so fun. At first, I would have picked this up if it had nothing on the bag, but what like really sealed the deal for me was this bad boy. Like, that is so cool. And it's so quality, like the way it's stitched on there. You know, it's like actually really stitched. Sometimes you'll find like some fun things like that, but then they're just like ironed on. So it's not really worth picking up because like it's not actually really like stuck on there. But this one is cool. This is a size small, but it's definitely a men's small. And it's just such a fun piece for sure. Okay, now we're about to get into the items that are not on hangers, but have already been photographed. A lot of these are vintage sweaters, and I'm so excited for these Christmas sweaters. It's just like I found a bin of them, and I'm so happy I did. And I should have grabbed more. Like, there were so many in there, but I was really just picking out the best and my favorite funky ones. So let's get started with them, but these are so fun. So this is a vintage Snoopy Christmas sweater. This is what the tag looks like. It's like for sure vintage. With that, Snoopy and Friends. This is a size small and just so sweet. Love this. Okay, I actually sold this one on Poshmark last year, and then I came in upon it again this year. So how freaking cool. This is a size large, and it's this goat drinking. Like, how funny is this? So fun. It is missing its little earring. Last year, the one had an earring, but nobody would ever know unless they'd also found that other sweater before. So, jolly sweaters, little goat drinking a beer. Funny. Okay, this one is really great too. This is a little llama, or maybe it's an alpaca. I actually looked up this one online, and I think most people are calling it an alpaca, but I don't really know the difference. Like, I would say it's a llama, but you know. Size extra small, but definitely could fit a small too. Really fun Christmas sweater for sure. Okay, this one's also fun. A flamingo, little holiday flamingo vibes. Love this. It's a size extra large and little palm trees at the bottom. So fun. I love all of these. I really just picked out the best ones. Like, yeah, there were so many others in there, but I feel like I've been really conscientious of the way I've been thrifting and just only picking up the best of the best. So I'm proud of myself for, you know, showing some restraint, although it's definitely tempting to pick up all the Christmas sweaters. This is a really cool Y2K sheer turtleneck. This is a size large, and I love this piece because, yes, it's sheer. You know, you can see the sleeves are sheer, but the front is lined, which is so great because personally, I hate wearing tank tops under clothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like kind of annoying and like in the way. So I love that this is lined, so you don't have to worry about that. And it's this brand, Sigrid Olsen. I've never seen it, but just in case you want to see it, if you can find it in the wild. Size large. Love this so much. And I love the little lettuce hem too. It's just such a cool piece. Okay, this is actually one of my favorite sweaters of the day. I know it's not Christmas, but it's really cool. Okay, are you ready? Look at this. It's got little cowboy girls on it, cowboy boots, little teepees, and cacti. It's just the coolest sweater ever. Like, look at this. It's so fun. It's so amazing. It's definitely vintage. I don't know what the brand is because it's ripped, as you can see, but I do know the size and the material, which is great to know. It's a size medium and it's 100% acrylic. Because it's vintage, I definitely would say that this medium is more like a small, just based on how it fits me and the measurements, but such a cool piece. I am so into it for sure. Then this is a really great style-based pickup. This is a vintage tail cable knit sweater vest. This is a size medium. It's 100% cotton and just so quality and so on trend. This would look so cute with a white button down, a white turtleneck, you know, a black turtleneck, a black button down. There are so many ways to layer and style this, and I just love this chestnut color. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's just a perfect piece. I'm obsessed with this one for sure. And then last piece of the haul. Wow, we are really grinding through this one. This is a vintage wide whale, which is what you call like a wide corduroy shirt. I love this neutral tan. This is a size 3X, and actually it's definitely not vintage. I'm sorry, please roll back and excuse me for that. This is definitely not vintage because sometimes Blair is not vintage, but sometimes it is. And basically how I tell is if it says Blair.com, and if it says Blair.com, then it's definitely not vintage, because I really don't think people were online shopping 20 plus years ago. Last piece of the haul, y'all, is this wide whale corduroy shirt. This is from the brand Blair. This is actually a modern Blair tag. Usually I find Blair and it's vintage, but this one's modern. I know it's kind of washed out because it's such a light tag, but basically the way I determine it is that it says Blair.com. I don't really think people were online shopping 20 plus years ago, so this is definitely a modern piece, but such a classic piece for sure. This is a size 3X and just perfect. I love finding corduroys. They sell so quickly for me, whether it's on Posh or Instagram, so just a great way to end the haul. And that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Seriously, I love that you joined and you watched to the end. Be sure that you're subscribed to my channel and have liked this video. If you aren't already following my Instagram at Curated by Natalie, definitely take a second to go do that, and feel free to follow me on Poshmark or check out my closet. Whatever floats your boat. See you next time. Bye!